What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Lately I've been in the shop building a bunch of these little brain teaser wood puzzles that I'm going to use as stocking stuffers this year. They're great little gifts and they're easy to make. One in particular is the nails puzzle. Today I'm going to be building this and I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. If you'd like to learn, stick around, and spoiler alert, at the end I may even show you how to solve it. Let's get into the video. For this build, I'm starting with some hardwood scraps. It's just some old sweet gum I had laying around, nothing fancy, but you can use maple, oak, walnut, or pine, or just whatever you have. The first step is just to mill it down on the table saw to 3/4 of an inch by 3/4 of an inch strips. Keeping all the dimensions accurate will make the entire puzzle fit together a lot better. So before moving over to the miter saw, I just hold the pieces together as best I can and just hit them with a little bit of 220 grit sandpaper just to smooth them out now, so there won't be so much hand sanding to do later. Plus, with the small pieces, they're a lot harder to do. So now at the miter saw, I set a stop block at 3/4 of an inch, and then holding the two sticks I cut earlier together, I just cut 2 pieces at a time to 8 total. Then I changed my stop block to 2 3/4 inches, and holding the 2 sticks together again, I cut 6 pieces total. And if you're following along, you should have a pile that looks something like this. Now I also used 1/4 inch dowel rod that I taped together so that it wouldn't fly all over the shop, and using the same 2 3/4 stop block, I just made 3 cuts, making 6 pieces total. So now with all of my pieces cut, it's time to move over to the glue table. You'll need 4 L's, 1 T, and 1 Z to complete this project. If you cut everything correctly earlier, then it shouldn't be a problem and you should have all the pieces there. I'm going to be using waterproof wood glue and CA glue / super glue just to kind of speed up the process and so I can finish this within about 30 minutes. If I wait on the wood glue to dry, it'll probably be the next day before I'll get a chance to drill any holes. So the CA glue will hold it in place pretty much long enough for me to do what I need to do to complete the project. These are really fun and they're not all that time consuming. I really enjoy making them, and you can batch them out if you just cut a bunch of the pieces to start with and then just sit down later and glue them together. Sometimes when you try to do a whole project in one day, it can get real tedious, but I like to space it out sometimes. If I'm going to be doing 10 or 20 of these this year for stocking stuffers, that's exactly what I will be doing. I will cut all the long pieces and all the small pieces in one day, and then I'll move on and do some other project just to occupy my time, and then I'll come back to it and glue them together another day, maybe drill the other holes another day. You could also just start gluing a few of them together, and while the glue cures, cut out a couple more. Or if you already have some that are cured, go ahead and take them over to the drill press and start on your holes. Either way, it's up to you. Just enjoy it and move on with the project. So now with the glue up coming to an end, you finally get a chance to see if you can actually put this thing together. It's not that easy, and yet again, it's not that difficult. I actually found out myself after I had numbered my pieces, and then after sanding I had trouble putting it back together. So keep that in mind when you get ready to start drilling. So let's see. This goes here, this goes over there. This piece right here turns this way. No wait, this piece turns this way. This piece here goes, oh well, don't really worry about it right now. It gets a lot more difficult once your pegs are added. So now with the cube assembled, I go around it with masking tape to hold it in place and to make different marks so I can start getting the holes drilled for the pins. So make sure when you mark these that you keep track of your top, bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, because it does get confusing as you keep going along drilling holes. So I mark the T piece as number 1 and I mark the Z piece as number 6. All the L's in between will be 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I mark center of the longest bar on the T, and then I mark in about 3/8 of an inch from the end and drill my holes all the way through the cube. Make sure you use some kind of block under the bottom so you don't get a lot of tear out. So now with my first set of holes drilled, I just removed the Z off of the top, and right in the corner you want to glue a dowel rod right here. It doesn't take a lot of glue, and if you're going to be staining later, make sure you clean up any squeeze out. So once I get my dowel rod in place, I just pull the T off of the bottom, which is piece number 1, and I repeat the same thing. I just glue the dowel rod in and try to clean up anything that squeezes out. That way it doesn't get the whole block glued and then you can't get it apart at all. So now with your dowels glued in place, just put the cube back together, and I usually mark the T shape as the bottom. So turn the cube until you see the Z, and then flip it over backwards one time, and then do the same thing. Mark the center of the long bar and then measure in about 3/8 of an inch. And once you get those marked, go ahead and do the same thing with your drill press and just drill all the way through the block. So now with the holes drilled, remove the top and bottom again, and the L that has the 3 holes in it will be number 5. So you can go ahead and mark that, and then just glue your dowel pin in. And the L that has only 1 hole all the way through it, that will be number 3. So what you want to do here is just run the dowel rod in and have it come out evenly on both sides. So I just add a little glue to it, and as I run it through, I just take out a ruler or a tape measure, either one, whatever's available, and just hold it up and measure to make sure that I get them exactly even. Now just put the cube back together with the Z piece or number 6 facing up, and then just turn the whole cube over on its side. Mark both your holes the same way, and then drill them out with your drill press. I use a punch here just to make sure my drill bit don't slip. So if you don't have one, you can use a nail or some kind of awl or something like that just to make you a little dent. Don't forget to put a scrap piece under the cube so you don't get any tear out on your final 2 holes. And now you just get to decide how you want to finish it, whether you paint it or whether you stain it. The choice is up to you. So now you just want to disassemble the cube again and take out piece number 4. On the long end of piece number 4, you'll notice a hole here. So using wood glue, take one of your final pins and just glue it on the end of the long block. So now while you wait on the glue to cure, you can go back and lightly sand the other pieces, plus this piece as well, just to get ready for your final finish. On mine, I decided to use a light natural finish. I was going to use a darker stain, but I already have one of these made out of black walnut. So using the lighter wood, I just decided to use the natural finish. You could also use a tung oil if you preferred, but this right here really did bring out the wood grain, and I was really proud of it after it was all said and done, and it finally dried and I got a chance to put it back together. I really enjoy the way it looks, and I know other people will too, and probably be real surprised to see one in their stocking on Christmas morning. At least that's what I'm going for. And I like to give away a few of these as gifts as well. People like to display them on their desk or whatever at work. So it's real nice to have these, and they're real quick and easy to make, and it's all, from scrap wood. Also, on a side note, since I used a light finish, I also used a small paintbrush and painted the ends of the dowel rods a dark color, just so they'd stand out just a little bit more. And now for the reveal. So once you sand your numbers off, kind of the numbering system's out the door. So what I like to use as my piece number 1 is the T-shaped piece. Piece number 2 is the piece that does not have any dowel rods in it. And piece number 3 is the L shape that has it going right through the middle. And then piece number 4, as you remember, was the last one we did that has it in the long end of the L shape. And once you get that in place, piece number 5 just plugs right into the place of number 4 and in number 3. And then you throw your Z on top. And with your final piece in place, just take your remaining pin and run it all the way through the cube. And that's it. I like to put marbles inside them or pennies, or just something to make a noise so when you shake it, it gives it a little rattle. It's not required, but it's just something I like to do. Thank you so much for watching this video. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Please remember to like and subscribe on the way out, and I'll see you on the next one.